Hey y'all, welcome back to Liam's Tips and Tricks. This is our first look into NEXON's newest game release, AxE, AXE Alliance vs. Empire. Worldwide release happened just a few hours ago, and this recording was taken from my first time logging into the game. Since I played on two of NEXON's previous releases, HiT and Darkness Rises, I'll be making some comparisons as we go, as well as my first impressions. So the first thing that you do once you log into the game is you do need to select a server, and for me personally I went ahead and just selected Lencia, and at this point I'm not really committed to a particular server or faction, but I'm just going through and trying to learn the game so I can figure out what I need to do. One of my first side notes here is that it is nice that they have something that you can do while you're waiting for the game to be downloaded in the background. So that is at least a nice little bit. Unlike previous games that they had, where basically you would just sit there and wait for it to download, and that's pretty much all you could do. So it does give you a little bit of heads up here. As you can see, you start off with several skills, as well as an evade, attack, movement button, pretty similar to Darkness Rises. And I'm not doing much terribly interesting here, aside just from moving around, testing out the controls, and so forth. One thing I did notice while playing through this little tutorial is, for any of the Darkness Rises folks, this particular character that I was using felt kind of clunky, kind of like when we had to use the Death Knight in Darkness Rises during one of the story episodes. I will still be having a few more final Darkness Rises videos to share leftover tips and tricks before moving completely to this game. And now that the downloading and tutorial battle is complete, now we get to review the sides of the war here. In the Empire, we have the Warrior, who has crowd control skills, melee character. We have the Valkyrie, who is the healing and support class for the Empire. And we have the Mage, who is the main damage and attack. On the Alliance side, we have the Titan, who is crowd control again. The Archer, in this case, is ranged attacks and healing and support. And the Blade Master is their attack damage. So in choosing between the two sides, I'm going to go ahead and, just for now, go with the Alliance. Mostly because I want to try playing a Titan for the crowd control skills. To me, crowd control indicates that you're going to be doing stuns and hitting multiple targets. There's the Archer, who I will also be playing for healing and support, as well as distance attacks. And there is a Darkness Rises Archer, of course. And this is the Blade Master, who reminds me a lot of the Assassin from Darkness Rises, and apparently she's supposed to be heavy damage, so I will basically be playing all 6 of the characters at some point, because I want to be able to test them all out and figure out which one I personally enjoy the most and I want to make as my main character. So, but to start with, I'm going to go ahead and use the Titan, mostly because I really do like having a melee combat character at first, kind of a tank, and this one is really similar to the Berserker from Darkness Rises, at least in looks. As far as character creation and customization goes, there are 4 different faces you can choose from, several different skin colors and eye colors, and also just 4 hairstyles. I went ahead and chose kind of a tan skin color, as well as a lavender eye color. I don't know why I like that, but I just do. And I'm not really thrilled with any of the other hairstyles, so I'm going to go with this one here. And of course, name him Liam. Go figure. And so starting off, it will always pop up with the little intro information there, and that is actually good information to look through the first time at least, so I definitely suggest that. One thing I liked about this right off the bat is I do like the open map, the open world. The graphics are pretty good. They're at least comparable to Darkness Rises, and it's a much bigger area, so I do enjoy that. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of Lineage Revolution, Lineage 2 Revolution, for having an open map with multiple areas. And it does have a mini map like it shows here, and that's actually really nice. Also, it does show where your quest points are, your current quest points, as well as where monsters are, and also it does allow you to track players. So I'm just doing the auto quest here. That is, you do have the option of doing either auto movement, or you can just unselect that, where it unselect the quest box, and it'll go to manual. It will still show you where you need to go, what NPC you need to talk to, what monsters you need to kill, etc., etc. But instead of just being led by the nose and having it done for you, you can choose to do it manually, which is what I start doing here, just because I wanted to move around. I do like the run speed buff that it gives you when going from area to area. And unlike how it was in Darkness Rises, when it would give you a run speed buff during stages, it doesn't zoom in all the way, so you can't see anything. And this just goes over the basics of combat here, and we will be having more videos in the future as I learn more about the game, and as I can have more tips and tricks to share, and I will be posting every day. So subscribe and stay tuned.